Hi, Lukay. How are you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm very good. So you're a man of many talents. You are a singer, songwriter, producer, dancer. How do you keep all that going all at one time?
Well, I mean, it. I feel like it's natural. I don't really force it because I grew up in a musical environment. My dad was a choir director. My mom sang at church. My brother played the piano. My sister sang. So I've always been around music. So me picking up instruments such as piano, the drums, or the bass guitar. Those are things that natural, that just felt natural. So
Yeah.
it's a blessing to be able to do all these things.
Wow. Yeah. And how did you start with the dancing as well? Was that something that came naturally, or?
I would say like most dancers that we see, most artists that know how to dance. I would say the same thing. I mean, from watching others, I grew up looking at Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Definitely taught me a lot. And of course, growing up, I was part of dance groups, that we went on to compete against other in competitions. So it's definitely something that I've been around as well too.
Yeah, and I'm slightly curious. How do you keep that up as well? I mean, the dancing, is that something that you do you train every week, or do you take part in dance classes, or is that just something that the time that you need it, you just have it?
Well, I mean, the way I do it is, I continue to stay updated with every, new dance that, I mean, not every new dance, but like as far as like if there's a popular dance that people are doing, I like to learn it, such as the Dougie or
Yeah.
the Crip Walk or the Harlem Shake. Like these moves, I like to learn and make sure that I'm always up to date when it comes to that. As far as choreography, I like to go, to drop in classes, here and there, and just to kind of like, still be active in dancing. And the only class that I actually took as far as dancing was house dance class, because it's a specific style of dancing.
Yeah, a bit
And
different.
exactly. So yeah, I had to learn the basics. Now, from learning the basics, then on my own time, I kind of like mix it up and try to take it to a high level by combining it with other dances that I've learned.
Yeah, is that something that you incorporated for your new single too, for your newest one? Because that has a bit more of an EDM vibe to it, doesn't it? Dance with You.
Exactly. Electronic dance music is definitely the style of the new single, Dance with You. So in the music video, you can definitely see a few house moves in the music video.
Yeah. And I saw that as a move onwards from your first single, I'm in Love with Music, where you have, it's very much R&B and pop, and then in this new single too, is that something that you're going to move more towards, having the dance slant?
No, definitely not. Although I mean, as much as I love EDM and pop, I wanna make sure that people get to see the versatility in me.
Okay.
The fact that I'm a songwriter.
Yeah.
I've been writing songs for many established artists around the world, and being a songwriter, you have to be able to be versatile because not everybody's sound is gonna fit with EDM or pop song or R&B song. So you want to make sure that you're able to write a song tailored for that artist. And the fact that I'm able to do that, I'm also able to do the same thing for myself and actually sing different genres. So, don't be surprised if you hear a very pop guitar-oriented record, like maybe like something that you probably hear Taylor Swift or Bruno Mars. And,
Yeah.
I'm very versatile when it comes to these things.
And how do you start a song? Do you start with a lyric or a tune or a harmony? Does that depend on the song?
Exactly. Well, it really depends. I mean, sometimes producers, beat makers, would send me tracks. They would send me beats, and then sometimes I would lay down a melody and then put words after it, or sometimes I could put lyrics to it and then put melody after it, or sometimes I could just be, going about my business on just walking by the park or something, and then something comes in mind. So I always have like my recorder with me. If not, I record with my iPhone, and I put down the melody ideas or a theme or a concept, and then so that way I can go back and revisit it and actually make a song out of it.
That's nice. So you really can capture something in that moment that you've thought of it.
Exactly.
And then hopefully take that moment with you into the song that you write. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And you talked a bit about the first spark that got you going in music, obviously your family and your background. Are you happy to talk as well about the group that you joined back in 2006? You were an R&B group project with Johnny Wright. Is that?
Yes, exactly. Well, before that, I was in another group. I was in a group that we were signed to Neptunes, and that kind of didn't go through. Then I was part of another group where, like you said, we were signed to Johnny Wright, and that didn't go through. So that was kind of like a hint, I believe, in my opinion, for me to go solo. And ever since, everything just started to get better and better.
Yeah, and obviously the skills that you learned there too, to perfect your voice and your dance helped to then.
And Johnny Wright is such a, and just to add on to what I just said, I mean, not that groups are not good. I mean, Johnny Wright, that was like one of the best situations because he's the reason for NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears. Until this day, he manages Justin Timberlake. I mean, I don't know if you remember at the MTV Award where Justin actually even thanked Johnny. So Johnny's an amazing manager. It was a great situation, but I believe that group was just not something for me.
Well, no, and you can't go wrong to have that, to have that in your past, and for that to be something that you've built on for the future.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And in that vein, what artist's career path would you ideally want as a model for your own?
I would say just like most artists, in the industry, we all would love to reach Michael Jackson's level. Michael, I think he's the number one. He's the first to do many things, and he's the only one to do a lot of things. So, everybody's always striving to surpass his record. Although with the downloads, these days it's kind of hard to surpass, record sales, a record. But it's definitely something that I would love to have, like a very long career and a lot of success.
Oh, well, we do hope that for you, of course. Do you hope to continue songwriting for others as well as yourself? Do you see yourself going those two paths in the future? Yes,
definitely. I definitely see myself not only write for myself but also write for others. Kind of like what Bruno Mars and Neo is doing. Even The Dream. These guys, they're putting out records and songs here and there, but they're still writing for other people. So this is definitely something that I want to continue because it's one of my passions.
Yeah, it's to put out your sound really that way too, because of course, people know the tracks by that artist that they've sung themselves, but then of course they think, well, wait a minute, that other song sounds like that too, and then you have that base that you're creating of work and sound that is your own.
Exactly.
And if you could collaborate with any contemporary music artist, who would you pick? That's a hard question, but who would you ideally pick?
Well, collaborations. I'm very picky, but I like to do. I like to try new things. I like to try because I believe two different flavors can create some pretty cool magic. And a lot of people usually get shocked when I mention her name, but believe it or not, I would love to do a collaboration with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She has a very, very different sound compared to mine, different style, different background of music, and I think together, I think it could definitely be something interesting.
Yeah, I think R&B and and it can combine quite well with country, and that's something that
Yeah.
you're seeing a bit with Miley Cyrus at the minute too, where you've got
Exactly.
producers that are from the R&B background that are still adding something into her country sound. So, that'd be exciting. Do you have anything in the works at the minute that that you're working on right now?
Yes, I'm actually working on a lot of songs. Potential next singles as well. So I love also. I'm actually also working on few retro sound songs. Some music that would make you feel like you're in the '80s again, or
Nice.
or songs that could be, kind of like Treasure from Bruno Mars, or Get Lucky from Daft Punk and Pharrell, that kind of style. I really love that style, and I'm really happy that it came back, because I'm actually able to even showcase my skills when it comes to that kind of sound that I love.
That's exciting because it's a great sound to, it is retro, but then, with the new technology, there's a definite update to it. Yeah.
Exactly. Modern day, definitely.
And would you have a sort of a special dance style that would go along with that too, that would hark back to the older dance styles?
Yeah. Of course, we'll definitely, incorporate. If it's chosen as the next single, we'll definitely incorporate some of the old school dance moves that people are very, very familiar with. Maybe like Jack in the Box or The Running Man, or anything that would reflect the song, so that when people see the music video, they actually have flashbacks of the old days.
That'd be nice. And what are your thoughts about the importance of social media for the music biz today? Like your YouTube, your Facebook, your Twitter. How important is that for you?
That is very, very important. I try to do my best to keep my fans updated as much as possible, because everybody's connected to the internet these days. People don't really even watch TV much. Me myself, I don't watch TV as much as I used to. I'm mostly on the computer all the time. If I'm not on the computer, I'm on my phone, on the internet. So
yeah.
The music industry is definitely driven by the internet, either by laptops, computers, or tablets, iPads, phones. So everybody's always connected. So you want to make sure that anything that you're doing in your career is always updated on all social media platforms, such as, you'll see that I'm very active when it comes to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all these things, and I always want to make sure that all the information is distributed as many platforms as possible.
Yeah, it's a great way to connect to your fans, of course, too, right? Is that something that's important for you too, to have that immediate connection with your fans?
Exactly, because then my fans can easily make their voices be heard, and I like to pay attention to these things. If they have any suggestions, or what they like about what I did, maybe if it's a dance move that they love, that's always a good a thing, because it gives you a better guidance. It guides you into something where, okay, I know they like this, I know they don't like that, so what can we do to kind of like cater to the new fans and the current fans as well.
Yeah, it's a lovely way of having feedback that comes quickly, because I think in the old days, you wouldn't have that kind of immediate feedback, and you wouldn't quite know what people thought, and so you're able to move more with the times now.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what does performing live mean to you? Do you like studio work more or live audiences?
I love both. I definitely grew up in a live music environment, so it's definitely something in my blood. The fact that I also play instruments, so live is definitely something that I love doing. There's no such thing. There's nothing that you can compare to a live concert. The music, the energy, the chemistry. if you have an amazing band that gels with the artist, I mean, it's nothing that you can replicate in a studio. In the studio, you can, you can correct, you can fix things, you can do it. It'll be perfect at the end of the day. But live, even if there's like a slight mistake, but I mean, it's raw. It's and it's something that people can actually connect to more than them playing a record on the radio. You can actually make eye contact. You can actually impact them in a positive way. You can look at them in the eye and they'll feel you much more than playing a record on the radio. So definitely, I think it's something necessary, and I love performing live because I see the effect that happens, that takes place when I perform live.
Yeah, it's amazing. You've seen that magic happen right there, right? Because it's what you're bringing to it, but then what your fans are bringing to it, and in a way, you need both to have that final thing created, right?
Exactly. I can easily grab a hand. I easily grab one of the fans' hands and look at them in the eye and just see how they just react. That's amazing.
Well, thank you very much, Lukay. And we hope everything goes really well with the single over here too. Are you going to be promoting more around Europe, or are you heading back to Canada soon?
I'll be heading back to Canada. I'll be also heading to Atlanta and Miami. So we'll see how that goes as well. But definitely Europe, mainly UK. I'd love to come there more often.
Yeah, are you hoping to gig here too at some point? Is that in the works at all?
Yes, definitely. I'm counting on my upcoming new fans from the UK to make that happen.
Well, great. We'll try to process that for you too. So thank you so much for talking to us.
It was my pleasure.
All right, thank you, Lukay.